for themselves.
Well, I mean, Lynn Vision did the same in their opening game. That's why they're in this winner's match. It was a convincing 13-5 on this very map versus Liquid for Lynn Vision to beat. Playing up against Donk here. Emilio's got a test immediately on longside and overstaying his welcome. Very uncomfortable for Emilio. You've got all that util and you put it right up for debate. Donk fires off a couple of shots. Going to throw this kind of mid-long smoke to block.
Gonna boost. Oh my god.
What a shot. Instantaneous onto the head of Shiro. Just tried to set him up in pit.
Okay, well, Donk will jump in. Now he's got the P250. They're still going to go for the same play. So Zontics with the molly, Chopper with the smoke and the double flashes. So the smoke will fade at the block point, and then now they're going to be able to start taking some of these jewels. Yeah,
and Donk's got that P250 to try and work some magic, and already his bell rung. Zaka's hit a banger now.
As HEs to break this, 2 of which.
Dangerous game being played by Zaka. Hits the head regardless. Strong contributions. Donk unable to provide that headshot from the pit side. Just 2.5 of them now. Oh god, 10 points of Valve. All Chopper and Donk have to work with up against 5. Sure, you hit one onto Zaka eventually, but you're not getting that bomb down on A.
Apparently they've seen enough, so giving a reroute, but they have less than 40 seconds to work with, and ahead of them on the rotation is Lynn Vision and Spotted now. Going to be deleted, and everybody hitting some massive shots on the pistol.
Perfect example when we talk about not only Lynn Vision's comfort on this map, but the fact that they can hit hard. These individuals have delivered. And Sue can finish it. You don't want to let Chopper be getting that bomb down, so a clean headshot. And some elation visible. Look at their faces. I mean, just like Christmas morning here. Playing up against Spirit on a comfortable map for you. International competition. It's just the good vibe tribe. Oh, and the contrast is apparent.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if we get a force buy right now, because you can't even get Donk and AK. Right, if we've got enough kills. Sure. All right, let's give Donk an AK. But I think in this situation, take the save and make sure Donk can get the AK out in the next. Why go for Deagles and Tech 9s when you don't have to? So this should be the 2-0 start for Lynn Vision. Going to bring in a couple of M4s and a couple of MP9s as we see their CT defense starting to take shape. So the odds draw ever closer just off the back of a pistol win, but we'll see how far Lynn Vision can truly push the issue. Now, you mentioned their opening game. It was against Liquid, and I don't think that people have any expectations of Liquid. This is obviously an organization that is North American, and I think the fans would love to see them in the arena, but with the amount of roster changes that these guys have had within the last, 3 or 4 years, you'd never really know what you're going to get. Whereas for Spirit, I think coming into this, they won Astana, they won Bounty at the start of the year. They're not going to be content with the way the year's gone. Everybody saw Donk in the interview after he won in Astana, and, well, he wasn't elated at all. This is a kid who won Shanghai last year. He's the defending major champion. He's one of the best Counter-Strike players in the world. Last year, he was the best Counter-Strike player in the world. He expects the very best as they do get into the B site. Can they plan?
Oh, a lovely attempt to bring down the bomb carrier. Shepherded across is Shiro, so they will get the plant out of this. It should be all they get, and it will be.
Okay, an extra 600 bucks. It shouldn't be getting Shiro an AWP unless there's a glass cannon in the mix. So oh, actually, he can get out the AWP right now. So it will be a glass cannon because he'll only have 600 bucks left after the AWP will be invested upon. So how badly does he want it?
Knowing Shiro, I would have said really badly.
It looks like he's just gone for the AK, and maybe that's informed by some of these spawns. They don't have great long spawns right now, so we're likely to see them go into a default. 2 to 3 players likely going tunnel. Maybe someone suicide throwing out some nades and likely back cat. So, okay. Gonna get Donk and Zontics over towards B. Magic's listening for the util thrown out long. That'll help inform what type of defense that they're dealing with. If you hear the smokes, molly, spams, you know it's unlikely to be a short push. So you should be able to go through the paces to get that space. Going through the block utility over towards B. It's very quiet. Lynn Vision don't know exactly where Spirit are. So worried about a potential B pop, and it looks like it could be a B split.
It does, yeah. Zontics was just trying to catch any aggressor. So playing a very passive game just with the jiggle.
The key for me is Starry in CT spawn has a HE to clear the smoke. It's just going to come down to the timing of that. And has a couple to work with, actually. So they feel short pressure at the same time, but this is definitely a B split.
Yeah, it's keeping the CTs busy, so Westmelon and Asu have got their work really cut out for them here.
Chopper's already out.
Yeah, Chopper's going to be asking questions. Su is a sitting duck, a clean headshot from Chopper. Westmelon needed to finish that, doesn't get the kill. Significant damage inflicted onto Zontix, but perfectly executed by Spirit.
I really love the way that they did that, right? They actually pressured mid to B first. Then they did the short util. So at that point, Starry's like, I'm between two minds. My job as the A rotating rifler is to help both of these ports a call, but Short's the one screaming for help because Zaka gets pushed back off the lip. Amelia has a couple just around the corner and would love to get an upgrade, so wouldn't be too surprised if he actually... Oh, wow. Okay, this is very diligent stuff. Boosting Donk to make sure that nobody can be over towards T-Spawn. This is a cheeky way to get it done.
Yeah, Amelia's going to be pretty frustrated when he sees this.
Yeah, that's very tough.
Cheeky.
All right, well, it will be Zaka and Starry staying alive. The AWP, the most important piece to carry through. Zaka's had some fantastic moments in the AWP so far.
Terrorists win.
Yeah, it's been wonderful to see, you know, every major circuit, you kind of get to tune back into Asian CS. See their development, and I mean, this major has been one for the history books for Asian Counter-Strike.
China especially, right?
Yeah.
Mongols is obviously the revelation of this year and late last year, making their first big playoffs over in Shanghai. But for Lynn Vision and Tyloo, actually putting up some decent results. Lynn Vision joining the top 16 for the first time since 2018. For the first time for these five as we go into same style of rounds. Zontix, Donk, upper tunnels. Magic's outside long, back Cat. Chopper supporting, and Shiro over towards T-Spawn, Suicide lobbing out the smokes. Zaka's posted up on long quite early, so if there is a jiggle, should be good for one, and might even facilitate an Amelia push. So right now, what Lynn Vision are giving up is this Cat crawl, and because Spirit are defaulting, it's not going to hurt them just yet.
Oh, hit that. Actually connected. Two doors.
Might accelerate up Catwalk now. I love that, right? Amelia was jump spotting to bait in that type of a peak, but still, Magic's, he's not just going to swing into it.
Well, Chopper wants another smoke, and he's going to give him the X-Egg.
Who's going to bring that over? Looks like it'll be Magic's. So Short's blocked for now. That's going to fade at about the 40-second mark. Starry's going to get up into Goose. Donk's already out the mid doors, so there are some real problems right now for Lynn Vision.
Yeah, I like the way they've structured this round, and there's more fakery, more manipulation.
On the B split.
This time with AXEC util. That's not the molly you were looking for, is it?
Gonna slow things down.
Yes, sir. Oh, good finds. Wow, Su and Westmelon stand and deliver outside of B. Zaka pips in, chips in onto onto Donk, and Zontix is just scarpering to spawn. Ooh.
Coach Halley just called for a timeout there. I'm pretty sure I saw that Posh. They might even thought they were going to hunt him. Starry was just mantling up middle. That's all an unforced error there. I'm not sure if they bumped each other or that was just misthrown, but it's definitely costly because it completely stalls out the timing of that mid to B. It allows Lynn Vision to set up and focus fire. The B defenders working in unison to deal with that.
I don't think those fights come so easily to Su if they're not like obscured by the flame as well.
They're already scaling at that point, right? So that right there, we don't see that too often, but really costing Spirit, and it was. Okay. So Halley just getting on the mic, maybe wanting to stay ahead of frustrations. It's all right, boys. We missed a molly. It's not the end of the world. We're still early on. Can buy again. Shiro's AWP is now out. This time it will be without any armor. So wanting to bring that into the game plan quite early. And you'd understand so when you're an AWPer of Shiro's caliber. Now Chopper has a decent long spawn. Shiro doesn't have any nades unless dropped across to him to try and help set this up. So I think we'll just see Shiro go for the mid pick, but this is what it's all about. You can see both those mollies there on the screen, and easy as you like for Su and Westmelon.
Yeah.
It's important though that still making the noise. Yeah, but it's not. It's really important that the B defenders either both fight for the mid to B or both fight for the B, right? You can't really get split up in that. Head to head.
Bang. Easy as that. Zaka puts himself into the jaws of Shiro's AWP.
Okay, well, think about how this informs Spirit's T side now. If we go towards A, we won't have to worry about an AWP over towards Car. Unless Westmelon was able to grab that. So he's just going to cheat over towards A. So you could go for a gamble stack on this CT side.
Donk ate a HE earlier, which will limit his aggression through that incendiary. Does look like there's going to be bodies committing, though, this time off of the same util from before. That's another block. Still going to have plenty of time. Amelia is starting a push. Might clash with Zontix. Actually, he drops Sui. No reason to draw the line any further from Amelia.
Pushing.
There you go, confirmation. Zontix is on his way. That's going to have you on high alert on A. Westmelon Goose. Here they come. Flash on that low ramp. Some damage inflicted as they spam the smokes. Westmelon, what can you get done? Masterful control. Takes down 2 in combination with the damage from Starry. Bomb now spotted and Spirit in trouble. Trying to claw back into this one is Magix, but with Sue picking up that orb off of Zaka's corpse and putting it to good use. Shiro and Magix, 2v2, crossing in, headshots from Magix again.
Tough with the orb now.
Yeah, 15 seconds there, they have to get that bomb across, and oh, if Shiro died, it would have been over. Fake. Knows where they both are. Wouldn't go for it, would he? Would. Jumping no-scope doesn't connect. Now hard to find the elevated players. Doesn't adjust. That's a huge round from Boris the Butcher. 4 kills out of Magix. And saves Spirit. It felt like it was really going their way after Westmelon's contributions.
It was a great read of the situation, though, right? I'm talking about, okay, so Spirit understand the orb's not in the play, so what's a good call? And A execute. Westmelon cheats over towards A to join Starry. Starry spams away. Westmelon plays forward as they're coming out of their own smokes and gets a double kill. But it's not enough. You bang on. Magix, with his hair, able to...
You fell for it.
Yeah, I did. The social media campaign got me. I thought he really shaved his head.
Yeah.
It's a scout for Zaka. Pistols.
Look at his push, though. Who pushes up mid with a scout? Zaka does.
We know they love some erratic moves. They back themselves. This should be Spirit tying things up 3-3.
Yeah, unless Zaka gets like 4 body shot tags.
Yeah, that would be a big gift right now.
Good luck with that, though, as they've already managed to pass that mid-door line.
I think one of the other qualms in that situation was that skirmish that Amelia took towards long doors had him constantly worried about Zontix coming out late. But Zontix went, I don't want to borrow that. I'm just going to reroute and join my team. But here we go, executing directly in towards the A site. And they're just going to be able to plant that bomb. So they are going to be tying things up 3 apiece. And we'll get the guns back out into the next. So they may as well see if they can grab an AK or do some financial damage. Zontix is lurking through B. Might actually be able to find him as leg shot does find Sue. Shiro's probably not going to be too happy with that. No. I was going to get a couple kills. All right, well, teammates will smoke him off. Zaka's in pit, so it's limiting the amount of save potential right now for Spirit. They are going to have to exit, and you don't want to go long now that you know the scout is there. So back to short or dropping down into CT. That's one of the two, as Zontix has made sure that avenue of at least down spawn is clear. Just hanging out in limbo. Bomb goes off, all tied up, not giving anything over to the Eeks. And now we will have the buy back in. Now, Magix has a very good long spawn. The rest of his team can't really join him for any of those excursions. Amelia, that's fortunate for him, as the long defender has the best long spawn right now. That means they should be able to lock things down. And Zaka back into the AWP. So all tied up at this point. Noted early, blocked, and mid control to be taken. So essentially all 5 of Spirit congregated around middle right now, and it's been very short and mid to be centric. They haven't needed to worry about the extremities too much. I don't think that flash went exactly where it was destined for.
I think that was a little misthrown, but Chopper's smoke is still delivered. Don can focus on his crosshair now. This will be a big test if they do try and ask questions of A for the finish of Zaka's AWP. Starry spots one on the jump across. Shiro gets that info. Lots of talking from Starry. Zaka will be smoked off. They can see the
dropping CT.
Reasoning for that smoke wall. Obscures that elbow AWP angle. Dropping, yep, they heard that though. That was very apparent. Westmelon and Sue got an awful lot of work to do. This time, Spirit on throwing mollies at themselves, but they have lost bodies. What? 3 in the feed from Lynn Vision, and the AWP down as well. Sue, that's twice they've come knocking on his bomb site, and twice he's left with a multi-kill in a round.
These are very high-pressure situations with the B defenders being stranded like that. So the fact that you're able to deliver that round is actually huge, right? It should be hugely praised. I feel like I need to be getting more excited about this defense because in my mind, they lose this round, and then what ends up happening is you need to start pushing extremities or going into lower dark and making sure Spirit can't default. But the fact that you just showed you can defend a 5v5 B split like that is huge. That's actually going to probably make Spirit have to change their tune a little bit. Second tactical timeout called, and that highlights the pressure. I love the way they dealt with that. There was the flash into spawn to help deal with Chopper, right? So there was diligent work there. They had an answer for the question that Spirit threw on the table. They stood up and they delivered, and well, unfortunately, we just have a tech before we can get back underway. So wherever that discussion was out of Hallie's mouth, there will be a moment for the Spirit individuals to just let it simmer. They're back into the buy. No long spawns. Not even Magic's with a good one this time round, and yeah, it is a quick one, so we are ready to go, but I can see Zontic's taking a look at something on his side. Is he happy? Okay, well, it looks like it.
But a very, very convincing round from Lynn Vision and their B defenders. Gums almost smiling.
That's huge. Like that, you're under so much pressure in that situation. Obviously, it helps when Starry's able to come through and kill the CT player. Now he can start. There's the boost. Wow, they're so late on that cross too. You're almost tempted if you're Zontix and Donk to have a look, aren't you? But you know that you can be blocked in a moment's time. So they just continue with this map control. They're getting away with it round after round. Lynn Vision are giving it to you, and Donk's out mid.
Yeah, this might come as a surprise to Starry. Yep, never mind. Okay, head-to-head duel with Donk, and he owns him. What a way to start off another round, round 8 of this best of 1. Lynn Vision, they are pulling no punches, and they are hanging out with the big boys. Chinese CS, it is on the map.
It's crazy not to see Donk with an opening kill when we're 8 rounds deep. So we'll see how long that continues. But they're keeping everybody relatively quiet. Obviously, there's been a couple of saves in the mix. There was that big round from Magix, and now they're pivoting into B. They're going to knock on the door again of Westmelon and call me Sue.
I swear, if they get another one, I mean, the firmest of pats on the back.
They're forced to rotate back again because an upper tunnel smoke just dropped as they started to line up. But you can wait that out. You're all grouped up. Shiro's here as well. So the AWP for Shiro can deal with the back plat lines as you're entering in. Another redeploy of the smoke. That's going to leave you with 20 seconds left. Do you just save? I actually think you just save.
Oh my God.
You can't get back into this round.
So wait, just to clarify, an entire round of Counter-Strike has been won by that duel Starry took with Donk?
Yes. Because I honestly think that...
Sorry, and the smokes, and the fact that they re-smoked Upper.
Sure, but the game plan was clear. It's like, they're giving us the respect. Why don't we let our sharpest tool out of the shed? We'll take him for a bit of a Sunday trip in the yard and show everybody just what we've spent our money on. And he got nothing. He didn't start. He had no gas in the tank. So that right there is just a round stifled immediately and then well handled from Lynn Vision. Look, Gum, fortunately for us, speaks fantastic English. So it'd be great to continue to hear from him, the coach of this team, who has tussled with some of the world's best in the major run so far.
Well, also, the players have been pointing us in his direction by virtue of just praise, saying his preparation is very diligent and informative. They were saying 80% of what he'd had them anticipate showed up in the game, which is an incredible statistic.
But the fact that they're just playing what I would call standard Dust 2 CT defense. Nothing crazy, not exploiting the fact that the AWP has to drop down, not piping into lower. They're not even going for short boost with the AWP. And they're going to head towards B again. So much of the game plan early for Spirit is to do with B and mid to B.
Yeah, Sue not playing scared. This kind of staggered setup, both welcoming the duel. And this time, Westmelon's lost his teammate. Empty hands for Sue. Smoke to play around, does give him a way out. So much scrutiny now, he's surrounded. Chopper is on site, burning away. Westmelon trying to find a safe haven, does go down. Another important find from Magix. This time Spirit are into their bomb site. It's a disadvantaged retake, but the Bomb yet to be planted, and Shiro working on a potential door's flank with an AWP, not the weapon. Seems like Zaka and Starry might just see this one out.
See the fact that he shoots there, right? It's just the annoyance. It's the possibility, and they're just going to back off. So that B defense, they have had a couple of really nice rounds, but this time it's too tall of a task. Sue can't find the opener, and in combination, the two of them can't get it done. And they're actually the highest flyers in the frag department for their team. That just shows you how much action they've been getting on that side of the map.
Yeah, got a lot of admiration for the stubbornness of Spirit there. The fact that you have the audacity just to go, we go again.
But at this point, oh,
yeah.
Are you going to have a look? Yeah, you are.
What? Oh, mate.
He's sharp, okay?
Yeah, he is.
That's the AWP removed from the piece. You actually won't get one of those back unless you win out these fights right here, right now.
I'm back in Starry. I'm back in Starry. Look at him go.
Stars in their eyes right now. Okay, well, that actually hurts massively because sure, you get the win bonus with the bomb going down, but I don't think you have the cash to get out another AWP. You don't. You've got 3.5 on Zontix. You've got 3.9 on Donk. You've got 3.5 on Shiro.
I mean, that's maximizing the win in a loss. Yeah, that's crazy.
This is 3 Galils, 1 AK, and a Tech 9, and you just won the rounds. They punished you.
Yeah, looking at the reactions, who won?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, first tactical timeout that Gums felt the need to call. So things have been going quite well for Lynn Vision, but they'd love to secure 6 at the half. And the fact that they get one of their favored maps up against Spirit, they feel like they're in their comfort zone. But I do love the cockiness of Spirit in this, just to say, hey, we should be able to take down a team like Lynn Vision. So they did against Pain, and they're trying it again right now, but they're being put through their paces ever so. This time we do have a couple of long spawns. Chopper could try and get in there, and they haven't really had a change of pace so far. And there's been the constant harassment of the mid to B. They've been able to get that mid control and the B pops. So at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if there was some form of a pace change, but Halley also got those 30 seconds. So back to the default. Zontix and Donk through tunnels. Shiro's going to join them as well.
Look how bleak the buy is, though, as a product of those exits. Spirit, after winning a round, feeling like they lost.
And Lynn Vision are trying to play ahead of it this time. So take a look. Starry, who is the A rotating rifler, is going to play Joker in the site. We're likely to see him tuck in towards Car and let Sue and Westmelon take the initial duels.
I quite like the setup.
And the bomb's in upper B, so it looks like the call's going to land.
What a feeling. That anticipation that brews as a Counter-Strike player playing Joker and hearing comms that affirm you're in the right spot. You are in the right place. Westmelon jumping for that mid-info. They have a flash from Sue. He will throw it out when Westmelon calls upon him. That lurk smoke is tempting, and yeah, they're going to come on a reload. Accelerating now. Zontix trying to forge a path into the site. Oh. Lovely shot from Donk. Westmelon, though, is stubborn on his site. You needed that from Shiro. Removes the final defender. The other two are trapped behind the CT smoke, and Magix has drawn a line. You will not cross. You will not pass.
It's crazy. You read the play. You had the stack, and Starry gets absolutely nothing done. Must have been a blinder of a shot there from Chopper. Just his 4th kill, but a hugely impactful one to tie things up. And now the money. That's going to be the question going forward for the Chinese. Lynn Vision get 1,900 lost into the next. If they're able to hold on to this, Zaka can drop, Starry can buy himself, and Amelia will have a gun. So they will be able to at least fight forward and try and get themselves 6 or 7 rounds in the half. It's still available for both teams. Amelia can't give away anything here, and I think after all those bodies that they lost before, Spirit know they can't just be running into them either. So I'm sure we'll catch that Chopper kill in the replay, but that was the difference maker. I think Starry stood up to actually fight the scaling of the Tech 9, and when he did, Chopper just bopped him. So now, okay, you've tried the B stack, you didn't land that. Do you start being jarring to the default? Do you push into lower? That scaling player.
Yeah, right? Starry down.
So Chopper takes down Starry, and Donk comes through the smoke as well. So erratic comms on the explosion. Everybody's into an M4 for Lynn Vision. Again, Starry starting towards B.
I don't know, this posturing looks late longy, doesn't it?
Yeah, and they could just go back to what we saw earlier in the piece, which was making sure that they get this mid control, and then they can either force the mid to B rotation, or they're able to just execute through short. We've seen they've done everything besides long.
Yeah.
Right? They just haven't really used long.
I mean, look at Amelia's stat line. That will tell you the whole story.
Yeah, and you feel like you're out of the play. Donk just got blocked while trying to throw, so we'll reline it up to make sure it connects. Zaka this time not playing perched on the 50 line, so they're essentially playing a retake A setup right now. What you need is, as soon as this util lands, your B rotators have to probably push upper tunnels.
Zaka will be able to throw a smoke to kind of nullify. Oh, he's just thrown one out.
They'll come through this.
Yeah, they
have
will.
the util for
Here
it.
they go. Nade brick as the smoke plumes, accelerating fast into the A site. AWP to be tested, and he's missed it.
Now it's
You
replay.
only get one opportunity like that. Yeah, exactly. Now we transform into retake 4 Team Lynn Vision.
They have good util for it, but they need to be able to get some space. So the bomb's going to get planted. They're going to punch that in for short. Now they're actually going to come in through CT. So the flashes are good. You can throw it in the window. It's going to be about the mollies.
5-on-5 retake.
This is for the half.
Yeah, this is a high-stakes game. Amelia lining up the util. It has to go all at once. It's all about unity on these retakes, and it's looking good. Zontix and Shiro are taking their jewels, taking their heads, and Amelia added to the naughty list by Donk.
Well handled.
Just like that, easy as you like. Spirit, just the one casualty into their captain. Chopper's got to be happy with what he's seeing.
Okay, well now the framing changes, right? Look like Lynn Vision were throwing some punches, but they were just holding on by their fingertips because at the end of this, they've now been broken. They're going to be able to get out 1 M4 on Amelia, and that's if he wants to go with that U2. It's going to be SMGs. You're likely to see Zaka with a scout. So for this final round, you may as well be a little bit more aggressive and punchy. You know, you've been reading the play quite well up until now. You doubled down, and they finally changed their tune and went back to what was working towards A. So Chopper knows that's a massive round as Zaka takes 91 points of damage.
Yeah, quick test of Long here. Amelia cowering in fear behind that smoke spam and lucky to get away with his life.
First time Amelia's had early traction since the pistol.
Yeah, you're right. And he hit a banger on that pistol. Feel like it's going to be hard to do the same. Yep, swings on out down to Zontix. Good find. Double swing, double flash. Starry just the one. It's still working in Spirit's favor here. Don't forget that Zaka is limping after that AWP shot. Very susceptible to a single bullet from the Team Spirit camp.
Yeah, this is an impossible round right now for Zaka and Westmelon, so it's looking likely to be 4 rounds to close the half for Spirit, and the fights might even come their way. I'm sure Zaka would be loving a little bit of information, and as he steps out, Magics will punish, and it's just Westmelon. One man up against all the Team Spirit, and you may as well swing. You've got the MP9, and you're going to take those jewels. Westmelon out for the fight. Chopper steps in, and that is going to be 7-5 on the half for Team Spirit. They recover. They're back in control. One more half, and they're going to be 2-0 for the day.
Call me Sue. Dust 2 is a great map for you guys right now, and you just dismantled Liquid. Where's the confidence levels at right now? It must be sky high.
Not really, because we're going to play against Spirit, I guess. I think we kind of have like PTSD from Dunk, you know, and also it's Dust 2. But anyways, we're gonna still try to do our best. But I don't hope. I hope it doesn't look bad for us.
Okay, you're not filling me with confidence right now, Call Me Sue. So, okay, Donk is scary, yes, but you guys must have something in your minds to like boost yourself up to make sure even if it does go badly, you can still fight back. Because I think this map can be good for you.
Yeah, our competitive form it's at the top level right now, so I don't think we're gonna do something that is like awkward or something. Yeah. But anyways, I don't think we got anything to lose. According to like the VRS points, like if we win we get like 50. If we lose, we'd lose like 1 or 2. Oh, that's fine. so basically, it's like we probably gonna play this as like a practice map for us. Yeah.
So just like a practice map, maybe that'll make you guys feel a little bit loose when you go into it as well. Do you plan to try and surprise them a little bit in any way? You know, throw something different than what you've shown already?
Yeah, I think we already show like lots of like strats or the style we played for Dust 2. I believe they also like study us. Yeah. And then we'll see how it all goes.
Did Gum come with some more notes, some new papers?
No, we got no time.
Okay, so it's a lot of on the fly. Let's see what happens.
Yep, let's burn.
Blast TV, Austin Major. It continues. The Counter-Strike, it never stops, at least until we crown a champion for the end of the season, the culmination of the first VRS season. Envision, they'll be making an impact, making a splash, but Spirit managed to find a solution towards the tail end of that one. Some solid calling out of Chopper, pulling them around the map.
Yeah, one of the few favorites not getting upset to start the day. We've seen Vitality fumble, Mouse as well. Spirit are in that top 3 now that we don't have Falcons here. It was the Vitality, Mouse, Spirit, and Falcons show. That's what this was all meant to be, the showdown between the big 4. Aurora fumbled, the Mongols as well. Some impressive moments. The pistol round was great. Lynn Vision had some really good holds of the mid to B and B, but Spirit, they broke through late, they broke the finances, and now they're looking if they can get a pistol of their own. This could just be a B rush.
Into one man.
He's not one man.
Oh, okay, yeah, maybe a one-man army, because he's taken the head off of Starry. He is desperate for backup. A second kill would be asking too much. There's actually wallbang kill connection from the Westbell and Glock.
Okay, gonna go through tunnels. It looks like all 4 of them now are just gonna speed through. There's another smoke.
Smoke, he picked it up off the corpse. Where did Amelia throw it?
Doors way deep as well.
Oh, that's rubbish. Well, that could have really aided them in this mass in tunnels. Who gets the info? Zaka? Maybe Sue's hearing this? Yeah, relays the information. Stays tugged. Trying to play for the time. Stay hidden. Westmelon, good chip in. Magic's gone. Chopper is too. Lynn Vision, this is their pistol now. Donk trying to get away, just trying to keep his Kev. Keep his honor. Sue will remove the last of his HP, and down goes Shiro as well. Lynn Vision take the pistol.
Hey, Amelia finding the form again. So the 4-round streak going into the halftime break has been broken. It's been a relatively quiet game. I think if you were to take a look, Amelia has only had 1 kill in that first half, so a tough one. But again, didn't get any heads-up action at long. Look, Alex, I can't do the maths quick enough, but if you just look at the frag distribution right now, it feels like the Lynn Vision have more kills than Spirit.
It definitely looks that way with Starry and Westmelon at 22 frags between the 2 of them.
Wait, are those odds real? I guess they are.
Yeah. Yeah, wow.
All right, Lynn Vision, both pistols. Is that the key to success? That is quite the shallow block smoke. Maybe they're trying something a little bit new as Magic's eyes to the sky, wanting to block the cross smoke as Donk. Him and Shiro on the scouts. They took the eco in the
Chinese
first half.
team doing the Na'Vi.
They took an eco in the first half after they lost the pistol. This time they're going to force fight, so there's a lot to lose.
Oh! Lot to be gained as well if you keep hitting shots like that. Zaka humbled by Donk on the scout. He's even got an angle if they dare, and the block has connected, so there will be a gap if they try and cross with that.
Got to do the jump middle throw version. That one can't be blocked. Magic's parking in. That's himself a carp.
Oh, this feels really hard for Lynn Vision to save. Like, you're gonna have to hit a lot of good shots here.
They have 1 smoke left. Oh, they're in trouble.
Donk, careful with his bullet. Has that restraint, hits his shots. Magic's another as well, and Lynn Vision soured the mood completely after a pistol win, just running into long, running into Donk. Magic's and Shiro chipping in with a scout, and now you're just locked in.
Yeah, the best option for Sue is save. The worst is dying after time, and potentially spotted right now by Chopper coming in the back lines.
Well, they are going to push down as well because there's Galils to be gained. No, the round is yours, sure, but you can leave with AKs, you can leave with Galil. Sue down after the Chopper hunt, and how many guns do they hoover up for free? Oh, brutal. I mean, I'd rather win this round than win the pistol. Lynn Vision, that is going to be very difficult to overcome.
Yeah, that's going to be quite the hollow feeling now. You did the hard work of getting both pistol rounds, and then to lose that one in such simple fashion. It's a great opener right there, and that's where it already starts to look impossible. And both of these barbs, you can see the 2 of them just in unison, swinging out, using that movement speed of the scout, just being so annoying.
Oh, good shot from Chopper as well. He wasn't doing too much during that, just listening out, staying on B as a beacon.
You need a miracle moment right now.
Yeah, you do.
And there we go. That's a little bit more like it. And they did this in the opening game too. So this is anti-B pop. So Zontix moves into this position as Donk takes back plat. So if the flashes or lurk smoke start raining over, Zontix just slows them in the doors with that HE, and then he could spam, Donk can spam. And right now, Chopper's position, he is playing for crisscross or a mid to B, which we've seen quite effective from teams in these type of lower buys. You know, if you're going to do a short execute, you need to hope that your flashes are perfect and you can scale up quickly on those ramp riflers. And is that what we're about to get? Starry, he's joined by all of his teammates now. They do have a handful of flashes to work with, so this is possible. Oh, you're going to have to wait this out. You can't go through this.
Oh, they're going to try. They're going to try, and Magic's licking his lips. A golden opportunity for a multi-kill, but Shiro's stealing all the glory. Shiro chips in with 3. Magic's was get at least the last 2 at the end there, and I think that's probably exactly what they're joking about.
Yeah, I understand why they went, because they didn't have anywhere else on the map, right? Maybe there's been an upper tunnels push, but it feels so wasted, especially when there's 50 seconds left on the clock, to try and all brave through a smoke. And well, right now it is going to be Spirit getting up to 10 for free, because it will have to be the eco. Couldn't be a worst case scenario. Well, Zaka's going to scout in consecutive rounds. Has found the opening onto Zontic, so that's something to work with. There's also a P250. So if Zaka can get another tag, maybe this one's not done yet. It's very unlikely.
Make no mistake. Highly unlikely, but you know, if Shiro was to make an unforced error, Magix is in support of him. They'll both back away, which is the wise thing to do. We'll see that one again. Fantastic pick off when his team needed it most.
Well, Nade's just landed on 3 of them.
Yeah, how realistic is a bomb plant? Magix could just have a field day here, farming him up with Shiro, keeping him at arm's length. It's the perfect range for rifles, mowing down their unarmored opponents. What a shot. Zaka is on one. Peek at your own risk. Chopper's not scared. He runs at him for their 10th round. Okay, well, this CT side is definitely doing some convincing. It was rather close in that first.
Well, this is going to be another scout for Zaka, right? If you go for a scout like that, you're likely to scout again, unless he's going to bring out... Nope, he's definitely into the baby AWP, as the buy is going to be fully fledged on the other side. There's that opener again, as that music means one thing, tactical timeout. Only the second called so far for Lynn Vision. But this could be the most important.
Yeah. You're running out of chances quite quickly here. That second round loss is going to haunt them into this second half.
Couple of long spawns if they wanted to go, but then that's essentially an all-in. They've just worked out what utility they need, so a couple of sellbacks and util prioritizes. Both teams left with 1 tactical timeout, but I think if you lose this, you might not even get an opportunity to use it. So let's see if Lynn Vision are able to extend play and keep the conversation going.
Yeah, all the individuals have had their moments.
Oh, they're going to run down suicide here.
Yeah.
So Zaka's just going to post up and hold the line, and then as soon as he calls this clear, they're going to start running, but it's a short fight. Short's coming.
Swinging. Dom can't wait. His luck flattens them. Okay, one of the fastest rounds we've seen at the major already. It's over.
Donk's been relatively quiet for Donk.
Yeah,
right?
and Donk does too. I would be remiss if we don't get at least one Donk runs up mid and kills everyone. That seems to be one of his favorite things to do when I'm watching his Face It YouTube highlights.
The thing is, that counter is unlikely to be, oh, we're going to expect 4 players running through suicide.
Yeah.
Right? That's just, okay, this is a way to be jarring to a default. But I didn't hate the idea coming out there, right? If they're going to play 4 long and there's going to be the gap, then we can take the mid control quickly. And yeah, just steps out. A boatload of information, and well, that's it. The round is over right there and then.
1 minute 40 on the clock. Okay, playing safe for Spirit. A HE to mask their cross.
And that's another one of these partials before the guns will come out again. So this time it's a bit more pacey.
Solid nade. Not had a fun game, has Amelia. Of course, first half, it didn't really come to long, so that was a contributing factor in the absence of frags.
Well, Chopper will get across. 3 heading towards long. Magix will make sure that's fortified. Sue and Westmelon up short. There's util available for an A piece. Zaka can flash this, but it would have to be absolutely perfect. And as Magic gets closer, it gets even harder to flash.
Yeah, especially if it's too high. Trajectory on this flash is everything. Shiro's even got the orb posted as well. God, I don't fancy Lynn Vision's chances breaking through this setup. Shiro to maintain that short pop as the smoke will likely fade soon. Westmelon and Sue coming in from that side. A pinch of the A site and just 2 defenders. Running that clock down. Magics. Ooh, a messy spray. Crouch commit. Good work from Shiro. Sue, however, still on that side. Might be able to catch a jump up. Yeah, he has. Finds one with the Deagle spam. Body shots connecting, but so is Donk on the spray. Sue, last man standing, getting run at. It's Donk starting to rack up the multi-kills now. Back-to-back rounds. He's filled the feed, and 12-6. Lynn Vision, 6 consecutive. Their only way in.
Yeah, a smile on Magic's face there, but I'm sure he's a bit remiss with how that one got out of hand, just a player scaling wide. He did get 1 kill, and I think that was a fortunate factor for him, so there's the smile on his face. But that A defense between Shiro and Magix, they've had rifles up against those lighter buys earlier, some of the forces to it, and they've done a great job. So hats off to the 2 of them with more pressure while Chopper's trying to hedge for those B pops or mid to Bs, but this could be the final round now. Zaka will get the AWP on the T side. Can he make it count?
Ooh, actually, Donk really nearly finished the round right there. Commits to a spray.
Oh, look at the long push.
Amelia catching Chopper opens up some avenues, though. He was CT.
But look at this.
Yeah.
There's no way you're in.
I mean, he's already past what Starry was holding, so your back's going to be exposed. Amelia, Starry, they get him, and Magix comes up empty-handed, and now Shiro can't seem to hit it. Oh, no! Well,
it is Donk.
It is Donk. But his teammates have let it go there.
Does the captain call him off, or do they let him go for it? They just
you have
need
to
one
let
more.
him go.
Let him give it a crack.
Let him have a go. He's got 12 grand in the bank. Please, Mr. Chopper, let him have a go.
Maybe he just wants the AK.
Yeah, that's true, actually. CT side AK, I guess, kind of valuable.
Okay, well, it would be fun to see him go for the clutch, but there you have it. Okay, well, you give him an inch, you miss a shot, they'll take the mile and the round. That's 2 moments there. You saw, I think, Magic went immediately head in hand. Shiro also with a big miss for his standards, and that's just after I sung their praises for having very solid A defenses.
Yeah, you also bigged up their push like it was round winning, and
well, it should have been.
It was.
They had him boxed in. So Donk gets to live over towards CT spawn, holds on to the AK. So they get away with something. That is going to be the second round on this T side, and the first was the pistol where they couldn't find the conversion. So wait and see if they can do it again.
Nice play. That's the biggest round Amelia's had. Punishing Magic's shortcomings, and yeah, head in hands. It's not the end of the world though. You know, when you're 12-6 up. Trying to keep that fire in the belly.
Start heavy long, they get the control. Donk tucked in, but for how long? Do they leave him here and then does Magix get freed up? They've started the AWP on B. It's back at the platform right now as Zontic's trying to just chip away through the smoke and see if he can find any damage on their default. Amelia taking short and still has that molly to work with to push back Chopper, who's dropped out one of his own. So space is theirs. Lurk smoke now. Shiro doesn't want to hang around with that. That's now Zontic's business to deal with, and they're rerouting. So in through the tunnels. Amelia looks like he'll be heading out mid and the rest to pop into B. So they've got the defenses split as they would like. Are they going to be as successful with the mid to B as Spirit were in the first half?
Yeah, that's the question. Zontix and Shiro with a lot of work to do. Good find, lovely. Peeks off of his incendiary and gets another double dip from Shiro. And with Amelia gone, the rotation freed up. Just Starry and Zaka. Not looking comfortable, not looking possible. Zontix will put the cherry on top. Zaka for the Hail Mary clutch has managed to make it more interesting, but spam down low. 22 points of health gets run down by Donk. Spirit, one single game separating them now. One win is all they need to lock in the playoffs.
Yeah, they join the Panther and the Polar Bear. The Dragon now in the 2-0 bucket, but with the Death standing by, they dealt with Lynn Vision.
Despite a nice start from Lynn Vision and a good effort after we get into the second half, it goes all the way of Spirit. They climb their way back into it. It is what we expected here, but I think it's a respectable fight coming out from Lynn Vision here. They didn't allow themselves just to get absolutely dominated.
No, and I think for me there were two takeaways in that same vein. I think one of them is I want to give credit over to Holly as the coach. I think he called really good timeouts in the first half, which is not a point I usually